you describe filthy floor work, because
Okay.
I'm intrigued.
In a nutshell, filthy floor work is pretty much what you think it is.
Alright guys, I am here at Optimal Fitness in Sterling with Erin Muessig. Want to say thank you so much for agreeing to do this interview with me.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for coming to my very toasty gym right now.
Absolutely. It's a very nice gym. I came here, what was that, last Saturday? I think it was.
So, last Saturday.
And
right?
Erin kicked my butt. So if you guys do come here, I encourage it. She'll definitely give you a good workout. Very intense stuff.
It's pump day.
It's pump day.
Every day.
Yeah. Got to get that pump going. So I do want to kind of get into a lot about you, and then kind of about the and then the establishment as a
Sure.
whole. I guess first, you also own DivaFit.
I do. So I own DivaFit, which is a pole and fitness studio. Hold on to your gasps. It's fine. So it's a pole fitness studio. So it's, most people think of that, like, what's fitness? It's pole dancing, but it does take a lot of strength and hard work to do all the crazy things that are seen. And yeah, there are some of those sexier dance classes too. We like to vary it up. But yes, so I own that. I bought that in 2017.
Okay.
This didn't open up until 2018.
Okay.
So this one's a little fresh.
Okay, well, speaking of the pole dancing, I'm not gonna say I've tried pole dancing.
Ooh.
I have attempted to, this is gonna come out terribly wrong. I've attempted to try some of these, like when they hang on and kind of like
Go upside down?
go upside down.
So you attempted an invert. We're very proud of you.
Well, when I say attempt, I mean I got like an inch off the ground and fell, because it looks a lot, they make it look a lot easier.
Acceptable. That's okay.
And I never
But
tried
you
again.
tried.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Maybe we should have you come into the studio and try again.
I'll embarrass myself.
We have mats. If you fall, you're safe.
Unless I break my neck. And
No.
then,
I spot you.
Yeah. But yeah, I have a lot of respect for that, because they make it look a lot easier.
That is
than
true.
It really is.
Yes. Most of my instructors make it look super, just easy breezy. And I'm like, you did great. I'm glad you're teaching that. Excellent job. Thank you.
Yeah. But I do want to ask, there seems to be an underlying, I guess, idea of fitness between DivaFit and Optimal Fitness.
Cool. Yes.
What sort of got you into the fitness niche or industry?
Okay. So that's, I would say, a loaded question, but it's really not so loaded. I was a gymnast for about 20 years when I was a kid. So I started really young. I did it through college as a collegiate fun time. That's saying like I actually tried hard. I just dicked around a lot in college, but that's kind of what happens. So after that, I became a personal trainer a couple years outside of college, working for the YMCA in Reston,
Okay.
which was okay. And then in 2016, the owner of the studio asked me to buy the studio.
Okay.
Because she had enough. She opened in 2006, so it is well established and everything. I didn't have to do much in terms of getting new clients and things like that. She did all the hard work. So I bought the studio from her, and there was 2 locations. There was one in Herndon and one in Falls Church.
Okay.
In 2017. And unfortunately, the owner of the Falls Church studio was like, well, Aldi's buying us out. Sorry. And I was like, oh, okay. So I had a little bit of extra, I don't want to say a lot of extra money, but since I didn't have to pay for rent at Falls Church, I wanted to try to start my own stuff here and start personal training and doing group classes and things like that. So I took that really cool, fun, awesome, horrifyingly scary leap of opening up my own place and turning this into what it is now. So this has only been open for 2 years.
Okay.
And pole fitness, we get some crossover between students from DivaFit and here. However, people who, I think it could be the same for a lot of people. When they do one thing that they really like, they don't necessarily like to branch out to try other things.
Yeah.
Like generally, I think generally people who work in the gym are like, pole, that's stupid. I don't want to do that. And I think sometimes it's the same for the pole students, because they're so familiar and so happy with pull because some people just don't like working out. And you know what? Some days I feel you, I do. But
I'm guilty of that.
yeah, I mean, we all are. It's okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. We have our days where just like, oh my God, it's leg day.
Don't even get me started. No.
Exactly. Some days that happens. So I think a lot of people like to stay in their comfort zones, but we've had more people branch out here, which is great. So I have a client here who's like, I'll just take filthy floor work and be cool with that.
What is it called?
Filthy floor work. Oh yeah, by the way.
Floor work. That's interesting. That's
not here, not in the gym. That's at the studio. Yeah, I teach that class.
Can you describe filthy floor work? Because I'm intrigued.
In a nutshell, filthy floor work is pretty much what you think it is. Lots of undulating body waves. So what I like to do is there's a dance that I create and I teach to my students, and we tend to have themes. So we've had an 80s theme. We're gonna have a diva day. We just had British Invasion, so it's all British musicians. I think the song we did was Fat Bottom Girls. Yes. We've done Pour Some Sugar on Me for our 80s cock rock.
Oh my God.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of what you think it is. It is what you think it is.
Okay.
That doesn't mean I tend to wear pants and a tank top because you just wear what's comfortable.
Yeah.
But there's lots of floor work and you're sliding around to your knees. Knee pads. Crucial. You want to come to class? Wear knee pads. Very important. But it's fun. It's supposed to be. I try to have this class be. Obviously, it has nothing to do with this because they're very different places. But filthy floor tends to be a very open. You should be expressing yourself, but in a safe way. So safe way, as in no one's judging you. You should feel comfortable to touch your body in any way, shape, or form, and not have anyone shame you for it.
Yeah.
Shape, size, whatever, doesn't matter. Anyone can do the class and feel good about themselves when they leave. That's the point. It's about being confident, but also being sexy.
I mean, I feel like at its core, fitness, besides the health component
of course,
is about confidence and building your self-esteem.
Absolutely, 100%.
So you've been in the fitness industry more or less for
a while.
Quite a while.
A bit.
Seems like most of your life.
A bit.
I would say. Okay. I guess what would you say is the reason some people, I guess, sort of get into fitness? I mean, I ask that because I know me personally. I feel like at least for me, a lot of people might think it's for aesthetics, and I think now more so. It's partially healthy.
No judging. I think there's a couple different reasons that people get into it. I think the hardest one is actually for health. People really have to be on board with that. Just like changing eating habits and things like that. If you're not all in, it's going to be a really hard trip for you to try to switch up how you're eating and things like that.
Yeah.
The same goes for coming in a gym. So it's not that people aren't coming in to, I need to be healthy. I want to be there for my kids. I think kids is a good reason for a lot of people to come in. Hey, I want to be healthy for my kids and show them how I'm going to be a good example for them. I do think aesthetics is a lot. I mean, everybody wants to look and feel good. I have a lot of older clients, and they're just they come in and they train with me because I just want to be healthy.
Yeah.
I just want to be healthy. I want my joints to feel good as I get older and things like that. Obviously, I think for the younger 20s, 30s crowd, even 40s crowd tends to be I want to look good.
I want the six pack.
I want the
yeah.
I think that's more of what it is. So I think that tends to get people in the door, but we have a family that comes, an entire family that comes to the gym to just be healthy, and they're adorable. We love them to pieces. It is husband, wife, and their 4 kids, and their kids take 2 of the kids take the kids class, the other 2 take strength training with us because they just want to get stronger and they want to be healthy. It's seriously, guys, it's the cutest thing I've ever seen.
And so when it comes to fitness too, how much would you say nutrition plays a role? Because I know a lot of people, they get into it and I think guys are probably a lot more guilty of it than at least.
I think girls can be in denial sometimes, but yes.
Okay. At least I know for guys that I've seen, they kind of get in and they just try to lift as heavy as possible.
Sure, no, that's true.
And you kind of say to them, dude, you're lifting a lot, but you're also afterwards eating just straight McDonald's and you want that 6-pack. And maybe you can do it, I don't know, but.
Usually genetics tell you no. Otherwise, usually you're not going to be able to eat all that stuff. So, yeah, that's nutrition is such a huge part of it. And unfortunately, it's really upsetting to see the culture that we've created as a society. I blame everyone. No, I'm just kidding. But it's diet this and don't eat that and this is chemicals. Guess what? Everything has chemicals in it. Like it's this thing that everything does. It doesn't necessarily mean they're bad, but let's go on smoothies and paleo and keto and all those other things. When all you need to do, I say all you need to do, and I don't mean this in a very I'm not trying to diminish people's efforts, but it's at its core, calories in, calories out. How many calories are you eating versus how many calories are you burning in your day? And I say this not being a dietitian or nutritionist, but having a family member that is a dietitian and has been well versed in this for years and years. At its very, very base, that's what it is. And people generally, they'll look at, you've got all this Instagram stuff and Facebook and all this social media out there that's saying, oh, well, this is what I saw on this, and then YouTube told me this, and you're going, ugh, no. Just because you Google something or look it up on social media doesn't mean it's true. Yeah. And that's why you'd want to ask a professional. So anytime I have questions about dieting in general, I'm working on a nutrition certification right now for myself, so I can give nutrition counseling. However, I can't prescribe diets. I can't do a lot of what a dietitian would do, but that's because I haven't gone to school for 20 years for it. So there's that. That's why if it's more like what I would do is be like, okay, well, what are we eating? What do you think? Show me what your week looks like, and let's see how that looks for you, and maybe what needs to be changed a little bit. Or, well, you're eating a lot of this. Maybe let's look at some other options we might have. Not at all prescribing anything. It's just taking everything into account. Okay. Yeah. Wow, that's a lot of protein. You really don't need that much protein. You don't need 3 protein shakes a day, or something like that. Whatever the case may be.
Guilty of that.
I mean, hey, if they taste good, go for it. But I think that's the really hard part, because it is so much what you put into your body versus working out. Because working out's only going to get you so far. If you have a certain aesthetic that you're trying to build, if you want that sleek, fit body, unfortunately, food's gonna go a long way with that. As in, and it's not just necessarily taking stuff away, which I think a lot of people are concerned about. Like, oh man, I want to look this way, but I can't have any of the fun foods that I have. Silliness. Yeah. Silliness. You want a brownie? Eat that brownie. Just don't eat the whole pan.
Yeah.
That's all. And that's the hard part.
Do you know, what is his name? Do you know who Ocho Cinco is? The football player?
Yeah.
Did you, I don't know if you heard about this. I heard about this recently, and it was funny to me. Apparently he loves, I think it was Ocho Cinco, he loves McDonald's cheeseburgers.
See, fries for me, but go on.
I love the fries, but there was I don't want to say it's controversy, it was just people pointed out that they thought he might be on some drugs or something, because he would eat McDonald's, and he admitted that he loves McDonald's, but he's still six-pack, in shape dude. And some people are like, well, he's a football player, and he moves. I don't know if he's still playing, but he works out all the time, and he's always running and sprinting.
They do 2-a-days and stuff. Okay, there's a difference, guys. Professional athletes are professional athletes for a reason. They're genetically
insane,
gifted. I don't know what you want to call it, but obviously they are in professional sports for a reason. Look at Simone Biles.
Yeah.
She's amazing as a gymnast. I don't say this very often because I'm a snooty booty. She's incredible. She's the best gymnast I think I've ever seen, hands down, in my entire life. And I did watch the 1996 Olympics, so that's something. But she is incredible. So yes, I bet she could eat McDonald's every day and still get little powerhouse that she is, and it would be fine.
Yeah.
Be fine. Gosh, as you get older, of course, it does get harder. So I'm noticing that, I do love sweets, guys. I do so much. Brownies, cookies, cake, candy. If it's sweet, I probably like it. But it's harder now because I'm in my 30s. Oh, mid-30s. It's coming up. But it's not bad. You just have to shift and change. I love steak. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Steak, guys. So good. I can't eat anymore. It doesn't make me feel good after eating it. I'm
really?
All right, I gotta lay down. I feel sick. It's delicious. So I will sometimes eat it and just suffer the consequences.
Just take the hit from it.
Yeah, I'll just take the hit. I'm all right, I'm gonna be down for the rest of the day. It's fine. But I do love it. It is very good. the problem.
That's me and it's kind of me and like donuts. Like I love donuts, but whenever I see one, I'm like, I already know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna eat this. I'm gonna eat like 3 at least, and feel really guilty about it. Feel really bloated, and feel like trash. But
is it worth the hit sometimes?
Sometimes, yeah. It's like, you know what, I'm doing this.
100%.
I got this.
and that's like, I think that's a really good relationship to have. I mean, not that part, but with food in general, it's not. If someone eats something bad, I don't think it should be thought of as a punishment to work out. When you work out to feel better, sometimes it's just, as long as you get something in, you know what I mean, then you're doing it right. But someone else, I think his name is James Smith. He's an Australian PT guy. He has a couple of books out and stuff. He's pretty cool. But he said something that really resonated with me, as in, okay, think of your eating and your like the calories that you eat during the week. Think of it like you would your wallet. So if you spend a lot of money one day, tighten your belt up the next day, or like you're going to tighten your belt up for the rest of the week so you're not spending more money than you need to, or whatever's in your allotted budget. That makes a lot of sense. Like, let's say you go to a party and you're like, all right, I'm gonna drink, I'm gonna have some fun, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. Have some cake if there's cake at that party. I don't know if that's a thing, whatever. But maybe the next day, dial it back.
Yeah.
And that to me seems the most reasonable. And you know, if you're trying to lose weight, yeah, sure, you wanna kind of fix your portion sizes, drink more water, things like that. But all in all, it's not like you can't eat those things.
Yeah.
Because they're delicious.
It's about that moderation.
Totally.
Balance.
Moderation is key, and I know that's actually that's the hardest part, I think. Finding that balance that works for people. And not feeling like you have to cut out all the fun in your life.
Yeah.
Nobody wants that. That's awful.
Yeah. I feel like sometimes people have a all or nothing mentality with fitness.
Yes.
It's either I go out and I lift the heaviest things, I eat, super clean, or if I can't do that, then I'm just not gonna go to the gym, and I'll never eat healthy again.
And I think even coming to the gym, I think baby steps is a really good idea. We have a particular client that comes here, and she started out with 1 30-minute session a week. And because that's like, she had body things that just were hindering her from working out, but she was like, I really want to do it. I really want to put out the effort. Now she comes 3 days a week, and she takes classes and things like that. So it's all about, like, she's getting to where she wants to go, but didn't go diving head first in the deep end and not knowing how to swim, kind of a deal. So she just took her time, and I think that's a great way to get people involved in the gym or try to do fun things. We get most people in the gym when we do our themed classes, like I told you about. WWE, Clue.
I think that's a good way to get people in.
People like it.
Yeah.
It's super fun. The board game thing was incredibly hard to do, just because I think we were here till 1 o'clock in the morning, like putting tape down and get everything set up. But it was so much fun. We had 20 people coming in here, like playing to basically like a bunch of adults playing a kid's game. It was awesome.
Kids game.
I mean, well, Clue's hard.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at Clue. But yeah, stuff like that tends to be really fun. We're gonna do, when we're allowed and we can have more people in, which who knows when that's gonna be, but like blacklight class. It's amazing. It's super fun. You can do like blacklight panel over your face and all sorts of things. It's fun, and that's where we get more people coming in. So like, oh, it's fun. All right, I'll do it again next month.
Yeah.
Okay, it's fun. All right, I'll see you in a month. Because they just don't like the regular, but it's fun to do like an event.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the idea of baby steps.
Yeah.
I had a friend, when I think I was in college. She wanted to, so she was trying to get back in shape, and she wanted to run a marathon, which was cool, like it's tough, but good, good stuff if you want to do it. But there was I had a weird issue with the way she was going about it, and she kind of said, tomorrow, like, hasn't run in years at all, hasn't worked out in years at all. And her idea was, tomorrow morning I'm gonna get up, and I'm gonna run like 10 miles. And I'm like,
it's a good way to literally get shin splints and fracture your shin. Go on.
Well, I mean, that's true too. Yeah, I was thinking just, you're not gonna be motivated enough to consistently run that long, frequently enough to, want to go through with the marathon. You're gonna do it like once or twice. And if you can even complete that 10 miles, you'll hate yourself.
Oh my God.
And you'll be like, this is not worth it. So,
running is hard as it is.
Yeah.
Sorry, for me specifically, short burst person, sprints only. But wow, I mean, whew, that's a dive.
Yeah.
Ouch. I can't even imagine how she felt the next day. Did she do it?
The 10 miles?
Yeah.
I don't know. All I know is she did not do the marathon. So I'm assuming that she probably tried it. And probably
kind of petered out.
Yeah, I feel like 10 miles sounds great in the head.
No, it doesn't.
Then you start running and it's like, okay, it's been 20 minutes. How long have I ran? Or how far have I run? And it's like, half a mile.
God, I can't. It doesn't. 10 miles is gonna take you like 2 hours.
I've never tried to run that far.
Nope.
I'm not that crazy.
I'm a hard pass. Thank you. Thank you. I'm okay. I don't need to do that.
But okay. So one thing I do want to kind of ask you to give, I guess, a tip or some advice to anyone watching.
Sure.
Sort of in 2020, there's been this whole issue with COVID,
Yay.
and I'm a huge advocate of people not making excuses.
Yes.
One of the biggest excuses I heard was gyms are closed, and this is for people that wanted to work out but all of a sudden couldn't.
Yeah.
One of the things I heard was gyms are closed. I wanted to work out, but now I can't work out. Do you have any suggestions or advice that people could do to still work out? Or?
Sure. I would say check out in the area like virtual classes. So for example, we run virtual classes with every class that we offer. We have virtual classes so people can join in even at home. So even if you don't have weights, because I know the weight thing and trying to buy weights is god awful right now because they're either completely out of stock or people are buying them and then selling them for like 300,000 times the price that they actually are. So, you know, trying to make do with what you have. We had a boot camp class and we were using weights here, and one of our clients didn't have weights at home. She grabbed a bag of rice like a champion. She grabbed a bag of rice, whipped it up, started doing her squats.
That's pretty
so proud of her. I know, it was brilliant. I was like, I love that you're using rice. She used it for a lot of different things. It did not explode. Spoiler, it didn't explode, but that can be a good way to do it. But also, I mean, just making sure, I know it's really hot outside, so I say go for a walk, but as long as you're moving it up, maybe try going in the evening if you're not too exhausted from stressful days and everyone kind of being stressed in general. Going out for a walk, keep moving, hydrate, see what you can find online. Sometimes they have programs, and I understand too, it is extremely hard to be motivated if you're not at a gym specifically, or you're not taking the classes that you normally take, or not even with your personal trainer, or however that works for you. It is really tough to stay motivated. And fortunately for me, I have a gym, so I've been very lucky to be able to work out all of my anxious stress here. But not everyone has the opportunity. So if you can do it at home, or you have things that you can utilize, ask someone that you know that's in the fitness profession and be like, hey, I'm looking for something. How can you help me out? Go to playgrounds if they're open. I'm sorry, I don't know if they're open. Some are open?
I think they are.
I think some might be open. But go to playgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
Play on a playground like a kid. Go on the monkey bars, things like that. I mean, run around a little bit. Play tag. Sounds really dumb when I say that, but tag's really fun.
I miss tag. Tag is a good game.
But stuff like that to at least keep moving and stay motivated, because not everybody likes running.
Yeah.
Even walking is better than nothing.
Yeah.
Moving around, going on steps. Don't use the elevator at work if you're at work. Use the steps to wear your mask if other people are walking by you.
Mm.
I mean, it's tough. It's really tough right now, and I completely appreciate people that are getting completely demotivated, because, you know, virtual stuff is kind of hard to get into sometimes.
Yeah.
So it depends on where you are.
Say they've made the step, they're, you know, they might have been, this might sound terrible, but they might have been a couch potato
We're
for
judging.
a lot
it's a really
of,
comfortable position.
It is.
Cool.
I'm guilty of it a lot myself. Say they're getting up there, they hear this, they're going, you know what? I'm not gonna sit on the couch. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna try to get in shape, be more productive. What would be, I would say, the first step they should take? I know you mentioned go to the park and
Sure.
get active, but
honestly, if you're having that hard of a time, like kind of, because I also know a lot of people in this COVID awfulness, a lot of people are having a hard time with depression and things like that because things are going south. So a lot of it is this first step. If you're off the couch, you've done something. So I think that's something to be proud of and accomplished. And as I know it sounds silly, but if you've been kind of mentally, you know, kind of blah or in a funk, I think we're all kind of in a funk. But I think just getting up off the couch, that's a good step.
Yeah.
You're doing something.
Yeah.
You're doing something. So even just getting up, walking around a little bit, even if you're just puttering around the house, cleaning your house, that kind of stuff is going to make you feel better, or can make you feel better, and can kind of get you to where you need to go. I read somewhere that when you get up in the morning, if you just make your bed, that's an accomplishment.
Yeah.
I mean, you've done something, you've cleaned up somewhere, so at least, you know, even if you have a crappy day, you know what, I made my bed, I did something today, I accomplished something. So it kind of helps you get into that headspace of, I've done something today, I feel good about what I've done, and I can do more tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know, so I think just doing that, it sounds silly, but just doing that, or getting up, going outside, taking a short walk, coming back home, it doesn't, 10 minutes.
Yeah.
10 minutes. You can drink your coffee, go out for your walk, come back, have your breakfast, kind of a thing. That way you're at least up and at 'em, and attacking the day in a positive way, instead of kind of just letting it roll over you instead, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I hear that you love the paleo diet. Would you like to talk to the audience about your deep love for paleo diet and all fat diets for that matter?
Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm so itchy right now. This is so horrifying. Okay, here's my thought on diets and dieting in general. They're stupid. Now, to be fair, some people do these fad diets and they work, and they're like, oh my gosh, I've lost weight. That's excellent. Good for you. I'm proud of you. That's amazing. However, long term, generally not sustainable, because I don't know, unless you're lactose intolerant or something, how long can you take dairy out of your diet forever? Unless you hate it, in which case, that's how your body works.
Yeah.
But like with paleo, there are things that you're taking out of your diet that you need and can be detrimental in the long term for your health, for your general health. I think diets and dieting, that's a bad word. And I say bad word as in, it tends to come with a negative vibe. I don't usually use that word, but yes, I'm gonna go with, it tends to be a negative rather than a positive thing.
What do you mean by negative?
So when you diet, what do you think of? Taking things away.
Okay.
You're restrictive. You're taking things away. You're not adding things to your diet. Well, I diet as in like eating habits. So whatever you're eating, it tends to be, oh, don't eat that, don't eat that, don't eat that. Instead of, okay, well, what can you add that's healthier to your eating habits that can be more beneficial, like your vegetables, like your fruit, and things like that. So to me, when someone's like, I'm going on a diet, why? Just, I say just. The key to eating healthier is moderation. If weight loss is your goal, or just being healthier is your goal, moderation. Smaller sizes, making sure you're hydrated, slowing down when you eat. I know some people have told me, I don't understand this because I didn't grow up with a bunch of siblings, just one. But I've heard that if you have a bunch of siblings, it's like you eat as fast as you can or you won't have food on your plate. Apparently that's a thing, I don't know, but that's what I've heard. So some people tend to eat really, really fast because it's so ingrained in them, because another person might grab their food off their plate. It's like, all right, that's good to know. I didn't understand that perspective. But eating really fast, you tend to eat more and then you're really, really full later. So slow it down, put your fork down. I have to tell my kids this all the time. All right, taste your food, put your fork down, have some water, and then bring it back and you can have another bite. So slowing it down can really help, because then you're eating less, you're hydrating, and you're not shoving it all in your face and then getting full, and then having dessert and then getting really full and feeling like you're gonna throw up.
Yeah.
Kind of a thing, because that's never a good thing.
Yeah.
My grandpa used to tell me to eat until you think you can take another bite, but don't. And I was like, all right, I mean, you're still full, so
Yeah.
maybe not that much, but that was a very old adage from a very old, different time. So I would say it's just dieting. Ugh, it's so rageful. Because of the negative consequence, or the negative connotations with dieting. So the taking away, I can't have this, I can't have that. Think of instead, if you want to start making different eating habit eating choices and stuff like that, and what you're putting into your body, I would focus on more, what can you add? Are you having enough vegetables? Are you having enough fruit? What are you having that's maybe not as good for you? Are you having a large Coke? Nothing against Coke, by the way. I do enjoy it, but that's neither here nor there. But what, are you, let's say you're having a regular size soda, whatever that might be. Obviously that's not that many calories, it's 150, but then of course your sugar intake is like 35 grams.
Yeah,
it's intense.
It's a lot of sugar.
Oh boy, does not make me feel very good. So think instead of, okay, well, I do really enjoy my soda, and if you don't prefer to switch to like a diet or a Coke Zero, okay, maybe we start, if you have a soda every day, maybe have, I don't know, half or 3/4 one of those days, and then replace that with water or, some other drink that you prefer to have that's, less calorically high or high in sugar, or, maybe have a little bit more vegetables, fruit on your plate instead of your grains, or less dessert. I don't know. I mean, that sucks, obviously, because dessert's great in my book, but less of that, so at least you're, slow down, eating less, and that does add up. So it's not necessary. I don't find it necessary to tell people to diet. And I did ask my uncle about this because I was like, hey, I'm gonna have a chat. What are your thoughts? He was like, oh my God, it's the worst. And it's, and that's where I kind of get my mindset on how to do it, how to at least talk about these things, because I think it is so important for people to have a healthy relationship with food. You shouldn't work out to punish yourself. You should work out because you want to do it, and it will make you feel better, and it will make you stronger, healthier, your bones, all that good stuff. So it helps a lot of things. So it should be less on, oh my God, I had a donut, I have to run 5 miles. Ugh.
Yeah.
Have a donut, okay? And then just don't have a donut tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more reasonable, because donuts are delish.
They are.
I do enjoy them.
Now I have a question that might be controversial.
Love, go.
How do you feel about, I guess, being a vegetarian, vegan?
Totally cool. You gotta do you. I love meat, so I'm going to eat all that stuff. However, if you're vegetarian and you're eating all the right, because there are good ways to do those things, and then very restricted things. So as long as you're doing it in a way that you're getting all the healthy foods that you need, that's cool. I think that's awesome. Obviously, I think it's a little bit tougher for vegans, I think, because there's so much that are in certain things that you might need. But I know there's a lot that especially now, there's a lot out there that covers, what they, for vegans specifically, because it's very restrictive. There's no animal products at all. So there's things that I know that they can have, especially now. You've got almond milk and coconut milk and all those different things that I think can help supplement what probably we didn't have, let's say 50 years ago or something like that.
Yeah.
So I think that's totally fine. I think you're vegetarian, do you. Pescatarian, do you. Vegan, do you. Just don't judge us if we eat meat. Please.
Yeah, I had a funny, back when I was in high school, one of my good friends, I didn't even know this until I had a good friend who was a vegan. I didn't know he was a vegan. I didn't even really know what vegan was back then. And he came to a birthday party of mine, and all we had for food was like pizza.
Oh no!
It was typical,
Sure.
party stuff.
Yeah.
And so we're all eating, and he gets there, he's not eating, and I'm like, you good, dude? You don't want any food? And he's like, I can't eat this. And I was like, are you allergic? Like, what's going on?
Oh no!
And he's like, no, I'm vegan. And I'm like, at the time I was like, I don't really
What are you saying?
know what that is. But he's like, yeah, I can't eat like any of this. And I'm like, it feels so bad. I mean, I think they got him like bread or
I was
crackers
gonna say,
or
you got
something
some
like that.
crackers?
And he ate that and drank water, but
Oh boy.
I felt so bad. And yeah, so long story short, vegans have a hard battle, in my opinion at least, as far
For
as
sure.
eating certain
Especially going
foods.
out to restaurants too, unless you're going to a
Yeah.
place that specifically caters to veganism.
Yeah.
I don't know many that do. Maybe in the West Coast. I don't know. I could be wrong, guys. If there's one, you can tell me. I have no idea.
I would say I've never seen any. I haven't, I guess, looked.
Yeah. I also haven't looked because, I'm gonna just eat anything.
Yeah.
I'm not see whatever. I'm pretty open to anything.
Yeah. But yeah, and so I guess as we sort of wind down, one thing I like to ask people, both personally and with both this gym and DivaFit, I guess, what are your sort of 5-year goals, maybe longer if your goals aren't necessarily 5-year blocks?
Well, I mean, personal training for me has been my life for the past, what years now? 11 years. So I love it. I love doing it. I love helping people, you know, to see people reach their goals and do all that stuff. So I'm hoping, obviously, to be here for quite some time. This is literally like my retirement job and beyond. So I'm hoping to still be here, but it's more, I'd love to grow. That does not mean like expand to other franchise or whatever.
Oh.
No, that's not what I mean. That's a lot, and I don't want to do that. Maybe in time, maybe like 10, 15 years down the road if we feel like that's a thing. But my goal in 5 years for both places is just really offer people a place to go that they feel comfortable, they feel like they have an extended family outside of their own family, and that everyone is welcome. And I think for both places we've been pretty successful in doing that, but just create more excitement and more fun. And I know that people have a hard time equating fun to working out. I understand. That's why we have fun themed classes. Harry Potter class, it's every December. Everybody's in a house, and we all compete. Nicely, of course. There's no meanness here.
Unless you're a Slytherin.
Unless you're Slytherin. Oh, like, that's me. Pretty equally split between Gryffindor and Slytherin, quite frankly. I've taken many tests. I know.
That doesn't.
I know.
That doesn't make any sense.
I know. I've taken them. It's just in the middle. So I would really like it to be, right now it's very family oriented and very family friendly. Well, you came, you know.
Yeah.
It's a pretty close knit vibe, and I'd love to continue that and just have more people come in. I'd like to do more with like military veterans and things like that, and offering a space for them to come. As this is a little bit different because we only do the classes and the personal training. We don't have people just coming in willy-nilly. I don't think we could handle that. I think it'd be really stressful. But having more classes and having more to offer people so they feel like they can come here, get a good workout in, but have some laughs while we're there. Of course, hopefully you had some too.
Yeah.
But have a great time and feel like you're coming to your second home. And I think that's the vibe we've created. But as long, you know, just having more people in, getting a bit busier, and just making sure that people have a welcome space to go, and feeling comfortable too. Because you know, a lot of gyms that you can go to, it can be intimidating coming to a place and you're like, oh my God, that dude's lifting like 5 plates on each side. What am I doing with my life? And not being and like, all right, I'm done. I'm gonna go home now, kind of a thing. Because that can be that's kind of tough, I think, to walk into, especially if you don't know people. And you didn't know anyone coming in on Saturday, but I hope that you felt good coming in and laughed a lot when you left.
Yeah, that is one thing I forgot to mention, but I do want to mention. It's definitely a family vibe, very comforting and very welcoming when you come in. That is definitely in other gyms. Now I've been working out at gyms for a while, so it's not as much of a concern.
Right.
But when I first started, you come in and you see like this gigantic dude in the corner who is
grunting,
deadlifting, and he's just like, boom, he's dropping the weights, the whole gym shakes, and you're just like,
I gotta leave.
You feel nervous to even like touch the weights.
Am I allowed over here?
Yeah, but you know, I can't speak for DivaFit. I'm assuming it's the same.
It is the same.
But at least here at Optimal Fitness, you do come in, you do feel welcome. It's not like a ton of people, at least when I went, it wasn't like an overwhelming amount of people.
Well, especially now, because we're not allowed to, but yes, there's that.
But yeah, definitely a great environment for anyone that wants to come by, even just to say hi.
We love that. I mean, we're here most of the time. Sometimes we have breaks, but very rarely. I don't know, maybe we'll have a vacation at some point, but no one can right now.
No one needs vacation.
No one needs a vacation, not from working out. But yeah, so that's kind of what I'd like to see in the future. And someone asked me, like, when are you gonna move to a bigger space? Are you kidding me? I just finished painting all this. Come on, no. But I'm happy where we are. I'm happy with the studio. Yeah, I'm happy with it. We are not moving. We are staying. But so I'm really happy. Like, DivaFit is the same kind of way. You come in. We usually, not now of course, but usually we have like a receptionist on staff to welcome you and be like, hey, glad you made it. How can we help you out? Here, that's me. That's what I mean. And Brady, that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
You can check in. It's cool. But it's nice to have that kind of welcoming face. And usually in a normal non-COVID situation, we have the silks running and the pole studio running, and we have a balcony upstairs with poles too. So we usually have, it's chaos, but it's a beautiful chaos, and everyone's yelling encouragement and generally being pretty awesome to each other, which is what I want to continue, and just in the fitness world in general, having that nice camaraderie within communities, whether it's pole fitness or whether it's the gym or anything else like that, just really just working together, and making sure that people have a safe space to go. We actually, sorry, I know we're closing. We just worked with this School for the Blind in DC, and we did a virtual thing with them, which was super cool. I know that sounds unusual, but so they had varying states of vision impairment, and we did 3 workshops with them, and we did a little nutrition segment, just because these are kids from like 16 to like 20, I think, and that they are the most influenced, I think, right now with social media and things like that. One of them didn't even have Facebook. I was so proud.
That's shocking.
I know, I was so proud of him. And they're getting, of course, a bunch of misinformation. So we did a little nutrition segment to talk about them and talk about that segment. And then we did a fitness portion, which we had to really break down things so they could, understand what we're talking about. But it was so great, and they were so much fun to work with. And their teacher is one of my instructors at the studio, and she works out here too. So it was really nice. She'd be on the call, and she would help her kids out a little bit more. But it was so great, and they had so much fun. They did burpees. They didn't enjoy it, but now they know what burpees are, which I'm sure is a bane of their existence at this point. But it was so rewarding to have something like that, so kids could enjoy and understand. Oh, this is working out. Some of them did some things, but getting really sweaty, getting really tired, and it was super cool. So we were trying to do stuff like that. We're trying to do like virtual classes for kids, especially since school is, I think virtual for everyone. I know it's for my kids, but virtual so we can have classes online for kids. So it's like, hey, you wanna have your kids get some energy out and actually sleep tonight? We can have class for them, whether it's here or whether it's online, and things like that. So I'd like to branch out and do as much as we can for everyone, really. Like, so we have the virtual option is going to stick around. We got a TV on our wall now. Woo! We're going places. So things like that, so we can really at least reach out to other people. We had a former client from the studio who moved to England, and she takes classes with us on the weekends.
That's pretty cool.
From England? From England.
Wow.
So she takes classes with us on the weekends, and she took a mobility class with us too, which was super fun. And she didn't have, I think she needed a tennis ball. She ended up using a jar of lemon curd for what we were doing. It worked out perfectly.
A jar of
lemon curd. I don't know.
Curd.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a thing. But yeah, she had a little jar, and we were using it to roll out certain sections. Apparently it worked beautifully, so she didn't need to go out shopping. She just had to use her little jar of lemon curd.
That is some good improv right there.
I know. People used wine bottles for foam rollers. I mean, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. So it's always good to use your household items for things. Bag of rice, wine bottle, lemon curd. You just have it at home. You just don't know about it.
Yeah. Okay, and I don't know, did you, as far as personal goals, I guess,
personal
goals. Personal, I guess, is that kind of in the business, or do you have anything that's separate from the businesses?
Not really, no. I mean, one of my goals, of course, is to just keep my kids, they're 5 and 7. Yes.
Yeah.
I just want to keep them involved in the gym, and they love coming. They come every Tuesday. We have a youth conditioning class on Tuesdays at 5, and they come every Tuesday. And as it's been a crazy hella hot summer, they leave the gym. God, they're the sweatiest things I've ever seen. Completely drenched, just worn out, and they sleep so hard. It's beautiful, and as a mom, it's delightful. We love it. It's great. But they like coming here, and I want to keep that enthusiasm in their lives so they can stay healthy and see how important it is. Apparently, my daughter's school, it is important to her because she'll run PE classes with her classmates. While school was happening, obviously, this was like last year, but she would have PE classes with her friends.
She would do her own PE classes in the school.
And she'd get her friends to do it with her at school. She's like, all right, guys, it's time for burpees. And I was like, I don't think I've ever been so proud.
They probably see your daughter and they're just like,
oh my God, she's here. Run! I know, yeah, but she had like a whole workout plan written down. I was like, Mommy is so impressed with you right now.
They see her stretching, they're like, oh God, run.
Run! Oh no, she's coming! Here comes Vin. No! But but yeah, so that would be great. And just to, for me, I don't know, personal goals. I don't know. I say this to everyone: just be yourself, because the only thing that matters is being true to you.
Yes.
And as I've gotten older, it's a lot easier to do. Just to be true to who I am, and if someone doesn't like that, then oh well, that's too bad. This is who I am, and I am unapologetic. And it's not like I'm going to be a dick to anyone. Just saying, that's not the goal. But as long as you're true to who you are, and I continue to do that, and surround people that bring out the best in me, then that's kind of where I want to go in the future. Because I think I've done that now. We have a great group. Like, you met the people that were here on Saturday, and they're like family now. And it's amazing to have that close-knit group of people. Like, they surprised, they've surprised us with like sweet gifts that are just really thoughtful and caring, and just like, hey, we bought you something because we were thinking of you. All right, well, I know you're stressed out. Have a great day. I'm just like, those are the people that are so supportive of you.
Yeah.
And want to make sure that you always have like the best of things.
Yeah.
And so continuing, I mean, not that my family isn't my family, it's fine, but having those friends that surround you every day, because I see them, God, like almost every day, and just having that positivity, which is hard, especially now. I totally get that. Absolutely. It's really hard to be positive and not just think of all the negativity, because God, if anyone knows what Reddit is,
oh my God,
I should stop. I should, because it can
Are you
be,
like a Reddit scroller?
Sure. Get up in the morning, Reddit? No, why did I do that this morning? And then I go to animals and like look at the fluffy things, like otters and things like that. Makes me happy. Yeah, makes me happy again. But yeah, it's just surrounding yourself with people that just, and I think that should go for any aspect of your life. Surrounding yourself with people that bring you up and don't bring you down.
Yeah.
Makes a huge difference. I mean, even though like my partner here, Brady, I do know this would not be possible without someone like that, because he's always so positive and uplifting, and he's rarely ever the guy who's going to be down in the dumps. He's always pretty upbeat.
He seems like a really, in the few encounters I've had with him so far, he seems pretty chill.
Very chill. Lord knows that I am not. I try to be, but I can be pretty crazy sometimes, just with all of my life in all the different places. But having someone like that is so nice to ground you. Like, you know what? It's cool. We'll do it. Let's just take a deep breath. And I'm the type of person who needs that. And even like, you know, every family has their ups and downs too, but, and especially with my own personal life being, but my ex-husband is very supportive, and my family is very supportive. Like, they got us a little thermometer for the gym, for the studio, to measure, to be safe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
I know, right? And I was like, wow, Mom, thanks, that's cool. So, but it wouldn't be the same without those, like, the people that are here, like with Brady, and then with the guys that you met, with Karen and Chris and all them. It's definitely not the same without them, because if I'm down in the dumps, they're gonna do everything that they can to bring me back up. And just like I would do the same with them. They're having a bad day. Hey, let's do something. I mean, obviously a little different now because we can't do anything.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean?
When the time comes.
When the time comes, it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
But they're always having that super awesome support system, because, you know, having the space is awesome, but it's also extraordinarily stressful at times, especially with all of this going on.
Yeah.
So having everyone, what do you need? What can I do? How can I help? It just makes you breathe a little bit easier, and you can be like, oh, whew. All right, dial it back, Erin. Settle, refocus. We can do this, and having that positivity there, because that's hard. That's hard to do. I don't know how people do it all the time. I really don't, because I'm more of like, all right, guys, it's time to get real. Life's gonna kick you in the pants. Kick it back. But that's
You're
not.
just like,
that's
no
not,
nonsense. Get right to it.
Let's go. And they're like, but positive. I'm like, all right, silver lining, it's there, but focus.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have people to be like, remember all the happy things that are going. You have a happy family. You have these great friends and things like that. To keep you on that even keel. Otherwise, no, we're focused. We're focused. So that's the harder part about it. But I'd say, yeah, always do what you. No, I was gonna say always do what you want to do, but that's probably not right.
Someone's gonna hear it and go,
like,
she said it.
She said it. I can do what I want to do. I want to do what I want. I'd say live your life to the fullest within the bounds of the law. Don't be stupid. because I don't want to get in trouble for that either. What if my kids watch this later? No, don't do anything you want. You can't hit your sister.
Nowadays, that's like a clip. That's someone's gonna
I know.
clip it out. She said it.
She said it. I can do whatever I want. No, living your life to the fullest and to the best you can be. Be the best person you can be, and surround yourself with people that help you get that way. That's my goal for basically the rest of my life into retirement, whenever that's gonna be. But who knows? I'm in my 30s. I'm fine. I got time.
Well, Erin, was there anything else that you wanted to, I guess, say to the audience that I might not have covered, or maybe missed?
Sure. I don't think we missed anything, but hang in there, guys. Like, I know this is really tough, but I think if we stick together as a society and support those who need it, and those who are, again, with all the shit going on, I'm gonna say it, yeah, with all this shit that's going on and the injustice in the world, you stand up and you do what's right, because that's so important, and that's the only way that we're gonna get by together as a people. So, here for everyone. This got really serious, and I'm sorry. But see, Reddit scrolling. This is what happens to you when you scroll on Reddit, and then
Internally,
you get really...
You're thinking about whatever you saw this morning on Reddit.
God bless America. It's very upsetting. Moms being arrested for protesting. Dude.
It's a lot. Me personally, some like the news stuff. And I've been really bad at it lately. I'll go on Facebook and see just something, and you kind of start scrolling. If I catch myself, I'm like, I can't
it's
with
so
this.
hard.
But
It's so hard. But yes, we support Black Lives Matter. We do. We're very supportive of that. We haven't had a chance to go out there and be out there with the protests, because I am trying to make this work and make sure that we survive as well. But we're always here for anyone that supports anything like that. We're part of an association that's for LGBTQ stuff, so we support anyone who wants to work for us or come in. Of course, we're a safe haven for anything like that as well. And this got super political, and I'm really sorry because I don't like doing that, but I think at this point in where we are as a society, this is important to stand up for what is right and do what is right. So teach your kids, make sure that you're doing what's right, and don't be a Karen.
Don't be a Karen.
Okay, but we do have a lovely Karen here, and if she ever sees this, you know I'm not talking about you. You're my favorite person. You're my favorite Karen in the world, and I would never talk bad about you. It's true. She was here. You met her.
Yeah. She's a good Karen.
She's the sweetest Karen ever, and she'll mom voice you if you fuck up. So don't fuck up. Just saying. But yeah, that's it.
Yes.
Sorry. Sidelines are real good.
Yeah. So, where can the audience find you, Erin? I guess if they were looking for DivaFit or
Sure.
Optimal Fitness, what's the best place for them to find you?
So if you go online, both of our sites are pretty similar. We're at DivaFit.online or OptimalFitness.online. So DivaFit is located in Herndon, close to the YMCA and the Target. Everyone knows where that is, off of Sunrise Valley? Sunset Park. Sunset Hills! Sorry guys, it's a mess. If anyone knows where the Weird Brothers is in Herndon, it's a coffee shop for those of you who are not familiar, but we are right next to them, or 2 doors down from them. The Sterling location is off of Davis Drive and Sterling Boulevard. There used to be a Domino's on the corner, but now it's not there, so that's not really a good marker, but it's across from the Mr. Tire. But again, you can find us online. You can always email us if you have any questions about anything, or if you're interested in classes. Our classes are a little bit more limited right now, but we're still having them. Social distancing, sanitizing, all that good stuff is still happening here. But we also have virtual classes, both for the studio, filthy floor work, virtual. So we do have that. Lenny's gonna take it, guys. It's gonna happen.
She's gonna see me pop in on virtual. It's like, hey guys,
it's gonna be amazing.
What's up?
So we do have all the classes online as well. So if you go or you need more information, you can always email me at erin@divafit.online, or if you'd like to email me and Brady, info@optimalfitness.online or info@divafit.online. We have 3, but you can always reach me at any time pretty much, or you can come up, hop in here, visit us, see what the whole place is about. But we like it, and we hope you would too if you come and join us.
All right. thank you so much, Erin, for doing this interview with me.
Of course. Thank you for having me. I'm glad you could make it to this nice, hot place.
Absolutely. It's actually not that bad. It's not that bad.
It's not now. I'm still sweating a little bit, but it's not bad.
See, whenever I'm outside, if I can go anywhere that's not out there,
It's true.
I'm happy.
It's better in here, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It
Then
feels
we're
like
fine.
1,000 degrees outside.
Oh, God.
And here it's only
Hey,
like.
it's gonna rain tomorrow. 81.
I'll take it.
81.
I'll take it.
81 and rain. It means I don't have to run outside. No! I'm so
Silver
pumped.
linings.
Yes! I'm not running outside tomorrow.
But yeah, thank you so much for being on the show.
Of course, thank you, Pat. You can put that in there. That's Jay singing. That's my son singing.
But yeah, definitely reach out to Erin.
Please.
Contact
anytime.
her. Come to DivaFit.
Yes, we love that.
Come to Optimal Fitness.
Love that too.
Stop in. Say hi.
Love that. We love friends. We love new friends.
And yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Until next time. See you
Thanks
guys
for
later.
coming.